Hey, June here, and we're going to dig a little bit deeper into what this summary page is all about. Now, it's broken up into 3 parts, so let's just tackle it from top to bottom, starting with our story details. As you can see, the Story Chief Editor has picked up that first image from our story by default to use as our cover image, but we're going to go ahead and upload a new one because your cover image is basically the face of your story. So much better. Strike a pose. Now, if you have a designer in-house, then go ahead and have them make custom visuals for you, and if you don't, you can always use that editorial brief from the start to tap into our Story Chief matchmaking service for creative artists. Now let's tackle the excerpt. This is basically the one-liner or maybe two-liner that you'll use as a summary. You can see the preview of it right here. So in addition to a catchy title, you'll want to choose the perfect excerpt with your focus keyword in it, and I'll explain why later. Author details look good. Okay, categories. Now, when it comes to categories and tags, you can either configure these in advance or you can always just pop them in here as you go, keeping in mind that you can also use these links here to manage your lists. Now, depending on where you publish your stories, these tags can also serve as hashtags and keywords of sorts. So you should definitely take that into consideration when choosing them. I always go with 3 tags as a good rule of thumb. We're going to change this to English. The date looks fine. Okay, on to part 2 of this page, our stories SEO settings. It's a major player as far as your organic search results go because it goes hand in hand with all the on-page SEO work we just did with the SEO tool. Now, here's a preview of what our story will look like on the search engine page. Fancy, huh? As you can see, our SEO URL's default is the story's title. So there's no need to change it, although some experts recommend variations of your keyword just for the sake of SEO. That's up to you. Now, we're going to move on to the meta description here, which is exactly what shows up on the search engine results. And last session, we were pretty haphazard about dropping them in here. So we're going to actually be a little bit more methodical and delete this because now we have the meta description defaulting to our excerpts text anyway. So now we have our focus keyword right in there and it looks great. Last but not least, we get down to the custom fields here, and this is mostly about sending info to your own CMS outside of Story Chief. I'm not even going to pretend to know what this entails. So I'm going to tell you that you can always shoot over here to the corner and chat with one of our fantastic tech support slots. There's no question too technical that we can't answer. And as a matter of fact, we get a kick out of seeing that chat box notification pop up because it gives us an opportunity to talk to someone outside of our actual team. So now in our next session, we're going to actually go back to the right page so we can finish up some housekeeping before we dive into the audience page and the publishing world.